In number 2 match of the 30th edition of the World Cup saw Pakistan emerge well on top of a vastly inexperienced Netherlands side. Purely speaking of the ODI World Cup experience, the 1992 World Cup winners had their nose ahead of the returnees of the arena by comfortable margin of 81 runs on a day where the Dutch would have perhaps hoped to paint Hyderabad orange. With a victory, of course, but that wasn't the case. Pakistan, led by determined 50s from Mohammad Rizwan and Saud Shakil, put up a challenging, if not mammoth, 286 on the board. However, that wasn't before the top order collapse that saw the trio of Logan van der Beek, Wen Makin and Colin Ackerman removing the top 3 with just 38 on the board. Yes, it was a tough time, but Pakistan held their nerves together and got it back. The middle order resistance peppered batting largely by Rizwan and Shakil duo brought Pakistan back into the game, and later Mohammad Nawaz, as always a useful Shadab Khan, ensured the final flourish to the Pak score. On this part, Basti lead, the pick of the players in the Dutch contingent proved just why he's so rated. His 4-wicket spell ensured that the Netherlands had something to offer. That said, there's a big cricket coming up between India and Afghanistan up ahead of the Asian Games 2023 final. That should be a cracker of a contest. Remember, in Asian Games, India has already crossed 100 medal tally, and we had a tweet from the Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulating the squad, the contingent and the players. It wasn't just the cricket alone. And remember, the women cricketers have already won gold, and the boys are trying to replicate that success. Undefeated under the Rituraj skippership, his young brigade stands a chance to win gold medal, while Afghanistan would play to disrupt their plans, vying for the top draw. Let it be remembered that the Indian women's cricket team has already grabbed an amazing gold. Yes, they have grabbed the gold. Now the question is whether the men's side can follow suit. Yes, that said, let's shift our attention to the other big game in the World Cup 2023, that being between Afghanistan and Bangladesh in the 50-over format. The first doubleheader of the 2023 ODI World Cup shall see two evenly balanced and fairly competitive units locking horns at the serene and captivating setting of the Himachal Pradesh Association Cricket Stadium, Dharamshala. Bangladesh, who entered with a slight advantage purely by the dominant form of Shakib Al Hasan and on pure experience in the World Cup games, may not want to take Afghanistan lightly. Yes, Afghanistan does have a trick or two, and they know what needs to be done when it comes to the last 20 overs of the game. Remember, they are dominant force in the T20 game. Afghanistan, when they last met, Afghanistan in an ODI encounter, however, Afghanistan, despite not starting as the firm favourites, would carry the confidence of having won against Sri Lanka in the warm-up encounter. The pitch at the HPCA Stadium seems to be a batting paradise, but there would be an opportunity for the Pacers to contribute, to chase, and just that. Let's look at the surface, how it pans out. Well, we have two of the eminent guests joining us, and one from the studio. Chaya Mughal, who joins us, who's the captain of the UAE women's cricket team, is giving a different and a new perspective on how things are panning out. So let's listen to Chaya. Chaya Mughal, if you can hear us, just tell us what are your thoughts about the game today and overall the World Cup match.
This match will feature the 8th ranked Bangladesh team against the 9th ranked team of Afghanistan. Bangladesh, as we all know, they hold an upper hand in their head-to-head clashes against Afghanistan. They also had strong performances in their previous game where Mehdi Hassan scored brilliant 74 runs and Mustafizur always bowling effectively. However, Afghanistan on the other hand is coming into this game with a lot of confidence after beating Sri Lanka in their warm-up game. I think it's Afghanistan who is going to play fearlessly, as they always do, to have an upper hand in this clash.
Well, Chaya, we need to also take your thoughts on Rashid Khan, who has 7 wickets from 5 games versus Pakistan. So far in ODIs and has played just one one-day World Cup match before versus them, and that too in the 2019 World Cup. How big an occasion is it for him to do? What do you think about the match from his perspective?
Rashid Khan's T20 records are impressive, as we all know that. But his performances in the ODIs are not that great as it should be. And there is a significant difference in his average between the two formats. This means he still has some challenges to overcome in the ODIs. Despite not meeting expectations in England in 2019, he now has 6 weeks starting from today to showcase a smarter and a cunning version of himself. Well, I think this could potentially add a remarkable chapter to his career in a country where he has excelled in the past.
Well, that's an important observation they made about Rashid Khan and the team. But let's go down to my guest today, Dev Tyagi. Dev, what do you think the first match is going to look like? The pitch, the playing condition, and of course, the big match, big teams playing together.
Yeah, it should be a belter of a game, and Afghanistan and Bangladesh, of course, are quite evenly poised. So far, they've played 15 games against each other, and I think Bangladesh enter the game as clear favourites. Afghanistan don't really have that much of an ODI experience when it comes to playing World Cup contests, and going purely by Shakib Al Hasan's dominant form, and he's really a gem, a wonder of a player. I think things won't be that easy for Afghanistan to basically have a like a walkover over their hosts. Well, but let's see what happens.
Well, we also have Raad Emrit, the former West Indian international player, who's joining us. He's of course played the BPL, PSL, Abu Dhabi T10, CPL, and GT20. Ryan, if you can hear us, Raad Emrit, how big an absence is it of Tamim Iqbal in the match today? If you can hear us.
Tamim Iqbal is definitely going to be missed, and that's a huge loss for Bangladesh in this World Cup. I think his ability to get them off to that flying start and to consolidate in the middle overs. But I still think they have the upper hand in this game against Afghanistan.
So, who are the players that we should look at, considering that it's going to be a tight match today? Your views?
Shakib is going to be a key factor. Litan Das is going to be one of the key players. Mehdi Hassan, definitely, one of the guys to look out for. But Afghanistan, their batting is very inconsistent. Their bowlers have been doing the job. They're very spin heavy. The spinners has been doing an excellent job for them. The batters has been very inconsistent. So I give Bangladesh the edge in this game. I think they're gonna become victorious. I think they're the ones who are gonna come out on top in this game. However, they still need to play good cricket because Afghanistan, as you know, is a very good team, especially if their spinners do well. But Bangladesh for this game.
Well, Rad, very interesting point you made. I think we'll have to go back to Chaya Mughal. Chaya, he's just made a point that Afghanistan is a very good team, but at the same time, who's the most underrated among the Afghanistan players in this match? And why do you think so, that who's the most underrated player in this?
When we think about Afghanistan cricket, the first thing that comes to our mind is their exceptional spin attack. While discussing their batters, Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Najibullah Zazran are often mentioned because of their impressive performances in T20 formats worldwide. However, I want to highlight a 21-year-old Ibrahim Zadran, who may not score as quickly in T20 format, but is highly effective in the ODIs. The calm and the composed youngster has an average of 54 and a strike rate of impressive 84. He is undoubtedly the most important batter for Afghanistan. If he gets going, mind you, Afghanistan holds a realistic chances of upsetting few teams early in this tournament. So let's wait and watch.
Well, wait and watch. That's what the skipper of the UAE team says, Chaya Mughal. Thank you very much for joining us. I'd like to ask a final question. Who are the three important players, Dev, according to you, that will stand out from both sides?
From the Afghanistan and Bangladesh game?
Yes.
I definitely think that one of the most underrated Afghanistan performers at this point in time, purely from the perspective of batsmanship, is Rahmat Shah. He's experienced. There's not been a lot of focus on him, and I think it's time for him to deliver because the World Cup has started and this is like the big, massive game. The other player, I would want to pick one player from the Bangladesh side, is actually Liton Das. He has a fantastic experience of scoring hundreds under any conditions. A bit of an undersung achiever. Doesn't really get highlighted, and especially in the absence of Tamim Iqbal, as Raidem rightly said, his job is now to really consolidate. And finally, the third player is, of course, the match winner, the man with the golden arm, Rashid Khan, who actually has to his name the most number of wickets taken by an Afghanistan spinner in the World Cup contest played so far.
Well, that was very interesting. I think we're just waiting for not only the World Cup match that is happening, but also keeping an eye on the finals of the T20 in the Asian Games. So this is one of the good times for the fans that they can watch a double header and also keep an eye on what's happening for the Indian men under Rituraj Gaikwad.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.